Live from the CBS Bay Area studios, this is KPIX 5 News.
But we have now entered the most intense phase of this heat wave. Forecasted demand for Monday and Tuesday is at all-time record levels, and the potential for rotating outages has increased significantly.
Now on KPIX 5, state officials send out a new message urging everyone to conserve power during the current heat wave. Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Yamamoto.
And I'm Elizabeth Cook. This weather is expected to push California's energy grid to the limit.
Yeah, so let's pull up the live numbers on the Cal ISO website. You can see that current demand is about 19,000 megawatts below capacity, but take a look at the forecasted peak. It's just over 48,000. That peak expected around 5:45 this evening. And a short time ago, state officials thanked consumers for their efforts conserving power the last few days. Energy usage this weekend came in around 2% below expectations, but the head of Cal ISO warns that we'll need to at least 2 to 3 times much power conservation in order to keep the power on during this historic heat wave.
We know it's been a long haul, and it's about to get even more difficult. But the efforts of electricity consumers and our partners at the utilities and state agencies are making a real difference.
Tomorrow's peak energy demand is forecasted at more than 51,000 megawatts. That would set a new all-time record for September. Officials are reiterating that rolling blackouts are a real possibility. So naturally, there is a flex alert again. The 6th day in a row. It starts at 4 p.m., runs until 10. That's an hour later than usual, and they're asking you to set your thermostats to no lower than 78 and avoid using major appliances during that time.
For more on this intense heat, let's go to First Alert meteorologist Jessica Burch. Jessica?
Hey, thanks so much, Liz. Ryan, as we extend into the afternoon, we already mentioned it. This is one of the hottest days of the year so far. We're breaking records as we head into this afternoon. You're probably wondering what is going on in the atmosphere. Why are we experiencing this on a 3-day weekend? Well, this major, huge area of high pressure is just sitting over California, hence the reason why the National Weather Service has issued that excessive heat warning, not only for the Bay Area, but pretty much all throughout the Southwest. This expands into Nevada, even parts of Arizona, and as we extend into the afternoon, our daytime highs, like I just mentioned, are going to be record-breaking. Current temperatures right now already sitting in the upper 90s near Concord. Livermore broke that triple-digit mark already, sitting at 103. Today, we're supposed to get up to 109. The last time we saw this amount of heat on this day alone for Livermore was back in 2018, where we got up to 108, so you get the trend. This is going to last as we head throughout the week, but we'll break that down coming up in the full forecast. For now, back to you guys.
Jessica, thank you. There will be cooling centers open across the Bay Area during the hottest hours of the day today. You can find the nearest one to you by going to our website, KPIX.com. And it's not just energy usage you should be mindful of. A Spare the Air alert is in place through tomorrow. Officials say the heat, light winds, and holiday traffic caused unhealthy smoke accumulation.
Well, just a sad discovery. 2 people killed in the mill fire burning 255 miles north of the Bay Area. The bodies of 2 women, ages 66 and 73, were found on Friday in the city of Weed. Some evacuation orders have been lifted. That fire has already destroyed more than 100 structures, but some residents now taking a philosophical view.
It could have been a lot worse. As bad as it is, it could have been a lot worse, and we're just thankful for that.
My whole house was destroyed, and we're just totally upset and depressed over losing our home and our community. We lived in a peaceful, loving community all our lives. I'm just really deeply hurt.
Yeah, just a tough situation there. That fire sparked on Friday, burning more than 4,000 acres. Currently, crews have 40% containment on that fire.
Precautions are being taken in outdoor spaces in the East Bay as temperatures climb. More than a dozen parks are currently closed. That's to cut down on fire risk and the risk of people suffering heat-related illnesses.
I'm grateful that we take measures to mitigate any danger of fire. I understand it with the fire danger being so high right now, and I think I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Other parks closer to the bay will remain open along with swimming pools. We posted a full list of the closures on KPIX.com. Surfers are out in force today as one of the Bay Area's coolest locations to be, the main beach in Pacifica. We spotted dozens taking on the waves and lots of other beachgoers right along the shore.
New at noon, Governor Newsom has just signed legislation that he says will empower more than 500,000 fast food workers right here in California.
a bill that empowers our workers, particularly in that sector, giving them more voice, giving them more choice, creating a new council. And I'm proud on Labor Day to sign that bill and to enshrine it in law.
The Fast Food Accountability and Standards Recovery Act creates a new 10-member fast food council. It will be made up of representatives from labor and management. That group will set minimum standards for workers in the industry, including wages, hours, and working conditions. Kaiser mental health workers kicking off their 4th week on the picket lines. Families and local leaders joined the striking workers for a Labor Day rally in Oakland. Therapists, psychologists, and clinical social workers demanding better staffing to improve patient care. It is now the longest walkout by mental health care workers in U.S. history. 2 inmates are still on the run at this hour after escaping from a Contra Costa County jail. Deputies have called off their ground search, though, saying the men are likely no longer in the immediate area. Take a look at these photos. The 2 men on the loose are 33-year-old Gerardo Ramirez Vera from Richmond and 28-year-old Jorge Garcia Escamilla from Pittsburgh. They were both sentenced on weapons, burglary, and drug charges. That pair escaped from the Marsh Creek detention facility around 11 yesterday morning. It is a minimum security jail in Clayton, about 15 miles east of Walnut Creek. Residents, meanwhile, are being asked to lock the doors of their homes and cars and report any suspicious activity.
On the political front, a judge granted former President Trump's request for a special master in the FBI Mar-a-Lago search. And President Biden is spending Labor Day campaigning in 2 key swing states. Natalie Brand reports from Washington, D.C.
President Biden kicked off his Labor Day with an appeal to union members as he campaigned for Democrats in Milwaukee.
The middle class built America. Everybody knows that. But unions built the middle class.
With a little more than 2 months to go before the midterm elections, the president is spending the holiday visiting 2 states with pivotal Senate races, first Wisconsin, then later Pennsylvania. The president's trip to Pittsburgh marks his 3rd visit to Pennsylvania in less than a week. It comes after his fiery primetime speech in Philadelphia Thursday.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
Over the weekend, former President Trump fired back.
He's an enemy of the state. You want to know the truth?
At a rally for Republican candidates in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania Saturday, Trump called President Biden's speech hateful and divisive. He also railed against the FBI search of his Mar-a-Lago estate.
The FBI and the Justice Department have become vicious monsters, controlled by radical left scoundrels, lawyers, and the media.
Late Monday morning, a federal judge in Florida granted the former president's request for an independent third party to review the documents seized for potentially privileged material. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
The judge also said the Justice Department is blocked from further review pending resolution of the special master's review process. But the federal government can continue with any national security assessments of the seized materials.